Today, I want to talk about transgenderism and human excrement. Now, you're probably saying, what in the world is Alex talking about? All right, you and I know the country is embroiled in a conversation about transgenderism. In fact, in Target, the retailer Target, where I no longer shop, if you go in Target now, there's a whole area of teen clothing, Bob the Drag Queen, Celebrate Queer. It's not that I hate anybody. It's not that we're trying to shame anybody. But look, part of our nation, our stability, and certainly the souls of people depends on truth about reality. Now, the American public and American school children are being pummeled with the attempt to legitimize transgenderism. And in fact, when I spoke at the University of Kentucky Medical School in Louisville 2 years ago, I was berated by some students because I didn't agree with transgenderism, that we can change our gender by thinking about it. Now, I'm married to a nurse, so I see my share of medical magazines that come through our house. And basically, the human body has 6 types of excreta. We urinate, we defecate, we sweat. In allergy season, there's mucosa. Okay, there are other excreta as well that I won't go into. But let me just ask this question, and just hang with me for a minute. All right, if we can ostensibly change our physiology by thinking about it, a male, an XY chromosome male that produces testosterone, if we can identify as female and we're no longer male and legally we have to be forced to not misgender. And you might have seen in the news where one elementary school student was expelled because he wouldn't call a boy a girl or a girl a boy. Here's the thing I think about. If you can change your physiology by thinking, why don't we say, look, I will be a non-pooper from now on because it's just so inconvenient to have to use the restroom. I mean, you think about it. And the transgender people, and look, my heart goes out because I know people with gender dysphoria, gender confusion, it's the result of pain and abuse. So I'm not being flippant. Believe me, I'm not trying to be dismissive of people's pain. But here's the thing. Transgenders say, I think I'm a woman, and it hurts me that you won't identify me in the way that I identify myself. All right, look, we've all had to use the restroom at inconvenient times. So if we want to remove ourselves from the pain of having to find a restroom when we're trying to catch a flight, or people stare if we have flatulence and expel gas, why don't we just say, you know what, I no longer identify as one who has to urinate. And in allergy season, mucosa, stuffiness, I will no longer identify as one that's susceptible to pollen. Now, you know why we don't do that? Because we can't. I can't change that I sweat and perspire. Look, and if we can't change our endocrine system, if we can't think about it and change kidneys and colon, why do we believe that we can think and change human physiology, genitalia? Look, a doctor can look at a cadaver and look at a pelvic bone. They can tell if that was a male or a female skeleton, and they can tell if it was a female if she delivered a baby. Doctors can look at a snapshot of a colonoscopy and with a little JPEG tell from a colon picture, was it a male or a female? What am I saying? I'm not trying to be scatological or inflammatory. I am saying human physiology is objective, absolute, and unchangeable. And we are doing our country and our neighbor no favor when we further erode and unravel our nation by giving ear and legal protection to the delusion that is transgenderism. As a pastor, as a minister, as a counselor, look, I care about people, but we cannot subordinate the good of the whole to placate the demands of any one individual. We were based on moral truth, and that includes truth about the human body. We must stand up and retain it, or we'll further descend into chaos. AlexMcFarland.com. Thanks for listening. Share this if you feel so led. May God bless you, and thank you for listening.
Have you ever wanted to raise your hand during a sermon? Well, here's your chance. Hi, Alex McFarland here from the nationally syndicated radio program Exploring the Word. For more than 10 years, my co-host Bert Harper and I have taught Scripture and answered hundreds of Bible questions. We've compiled a brand new book of the top 100 Bible questions from listeners of all ages, from questions about supposed Bible contradictions to apologetics facts that prove the truths of Scripture. This new book features practical content that will make the Bible come alive for you.
Can we really be sure that God exists?
Are there contradictions in the Bible?
I need a book that will help me understand the Bible better.
There's so much good content in this book.
100 Bible Questions and Answers, published by Broad Street Publishers and available online at your local bookstores and also through afastore.net.